The Outshine LGBTQ Film Festival 25th anniversary in Miami is getting ready to happen. And today it's all about the LGBTQ women. Well, I guess the boys too, sort of. But we're gonna focus on the girls today. And I'm joined by Outshine's Vice Chair, Jennifer Kriz. She moonlights with a day job as President of Allison Management, a property and asset management company. Jennifer is also a film producer and supporting actor. Jennifer is a film producer of many, many films that you've got to go look up. Look up her, what is it, IMDb? What is it, IMDb? What is that? Yeah, and all the stuff will be there. Her focus is to create and share female-centered stories to help educate, inspire, and empower women through film. She is passionate about travel, film, pickleball, which is like one of my new interests. I can't wait to talk about that. And of course, her beautiful supermodel hotness girlfriend. Jennifer is striving to create a cohesive community and common experience for all through the Outshine LGBTQ Film Festival. Tonight, she is with us to promote Outshine's women's films and events and discuss lesbian culture. Miss Jennifer, welcome to the Faye What Show. Welcome to my bed.
Thank you for having me.
How is your girlfriend okay with you being in bed with me?
I have not told her yet.
I love your style.
That when I first got invited, I was like, well, that will go over like a lead balloon with Patricia. But
why? But why? Because
she's Latina. How do you not know this?
It, period. That's all. That's all you have to say. You don't even have to say anything else. Like they'll burn you in bed while you're still in it.
Yeah. No, I've never been out with a Latina before, and it is wild, fun, and scary at times.
And all in the same breath, right?
Yes.
And then you didn't only go out with a Latina, but you went out with a Latina who is a freaking model and actress, you know? So it's like...
She's amazing.
Oh, she's beautiful. You guys are beautiful together. Congratulations.
We love each other so much. We're so grateful that we met. And we met at the film festival.
Oh my God, how cool is that?
Yes. Well, I picked her up from the airport, which is, by the way, why everybody should volunteer. You should always volunteer for any film, anything that you can get your hands on.
Because you never know.
Because you never know who you're going to meet. It's a great way to meet people, make friends, and meet your partners. In fact, Amy McGrady, who you guys had on your show the other day,
she
met her wife.
Oh my God,
at Outshine as well. So it's a very non-confrontational, easy way to meet people. It's not a club. It's not any of that. You know, you're not trying to pick up people. You just meet them organically, almost like at a party.
I love that. And you'll find somebody that you have the similar interests. You know what I mean? And you're talking about films, and film buffs are a special breed of people, you know, like they love their film festival.
Creative.
They support very creative, very eccentric also in their own ways. So to find somebody that understands that, I love that. I love that. Jen, so you're usually surrounded by gay men. So am I. You know, and especially at the film festival, hardest part, easiest part about always being surrounded by boys?
I love being surrounded by boys. And for many years, I was actually involved with Aqua Foundation.
I love Aqua Foundation.
Which is such an amazing organization. Yes. They've supported us so many times at the film festival. So I was involved with them for about 5 years, and I was almost exclusively surrounded by women. And when I got more involved with Outshine, which at the time was called the Miami Gay and Lesbian Film Festival, then we had the Fort Lauderdale Gay and Lesbian Film Festival. And then, I don't know if you remember, but we combined them into a name called MIFO.
Yes. Do you remember that? Oh my God,
I
do. For like a year or two. Like it was like a moment. It was like a breath. I was like, MIFO.
Just when we got everybody to learn the name, Mark Gilbert, who is one of my dearest loves. I love him so much. He works so hard.
He really does.
For the film festival.
He really does. That's his baby.
It is his baby.
Like literally, like it came out of his vag.
It did. And it's so interesting because when he actually did give birth to it, he told me that he wasn't sure if it was a boy or a girl, and eventually decided that it was a girl. And then he named it Mark after himself.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Yeah.
It's Mark.
That's Mark.
So, yeah.
But anyway, the film festival almost didn't go on until Mark jumped in. And he has saved the festival time after time. He really is. He is a true leader in the community, and we have a lot to give him thanks for.
He's incredible. I worked with him a while ago, a long time ago. And when Mark believes in something, that's it. There's no stopping him. It doesn't matter if there's an illness. It doesn't matter if there's a hurricane. It doesn't matter what happens. You know, his eyes are on the prize, and that's it. It's getting done.
Yep.
You know?
Yep. And you talked about meeting guys and being with guys. I have just loved my gay male friends. In fact, I would say I have more gay male friends now than I, have women friends. And I actually I kind of love it. It's wonderful. And also it's very non-threatening for my girlfriend. She likes that.
The Latina.
Yeah.
Who can blow up at any time.
Any minute.
Just saying, we love you, Patricia. We love you. So you're from LA,
Yes.
right? Originally, and now you're here like half and half.
No,
sort of, or
I'm
what?
mostly here.
You're mostly
Yeah.
here. Big difference in change? Like,
Well-
are you now used to it?
I moved here in 98.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
it was,
this is-
I mean, it's been a big change from 98 to now with the film festival. It's crazy. Till today. I can't believe how the city has grown. You, if I recall, you used to be on that radio show. And were you like your girlfriend, Faye?
Yeah, I was.
I used to listen to you.
Oh my God, that's so
driving into
hysterical.
work. I had to work downtown and I just would listen to you guys. And so it's kind of interesting. Here I am in bed with you.
Right? That's so, see, who would have known? You were in your car going, I'm going to be in bed with that girl someday.
Yeah,
And, you know, everybody.
20 years.
Right? God, don't say that. 20 years. Holy shit. You know that Marky G and I used to work on a radio station for
remember.
Issues Over the Rainbow, which was the only LGBTQ plus show like evers and evers for that time.
I'm
you know?
still angry with him that he didn't have me on his show, but we also didn't know each other. But
well-
I'm still angry about it.
No, but you should be. You should have it. You should carry a resentment towards Marky G for not having you on the show.
If we could just eliminate all those nice things we said about
Okay.
him.
We just took it back.
Yeah.
Production, can you just rewind and just cut out all that part about I'm joking. We love you, Marky G. So the film festival is April 20th through the 30th, right?
Yes.
Okay, these are like your children. So it's hard for this question that I'm going to ask you, okay? Do you like one better than the other? The film festival in Fort Lauderdale or the film festival in Miami?
That is
Right?
really, I'm so glad that you brought that up, although I don't have a prepared answer for you. I prefer Miami because I feel like we tend to get slightly bigger talent for Miami because there's more cachet to the name. But the Fort Lauderdale Film Festival has grown so much. It has actually overtaken Miami in ticket sales and attendance.
Oh my
so
God, that's
it's
incredible.
crazy. And it's all because, again, of Mark. He's the one who kept pushing, let's do a Fort Lauderdale Film Festival. We started with just a couple days of film festival in Fort Lauderdale, and it grew to be just as large as Miami. In fact, I think it's actually a little bit bigger. We might have more films in Fort Lauderdale.
Incredible.
So it really is amazing.
My God, Jen, some of those films last season were just like,
Yeah, I know.
like just amazing. How are the movies picked? I know that you have a committee, right? And so this committee has to sit through 1 million films. Is that how that works?
Pretty much. Yeah, I mean,
Is this committee single?
we
With
like
no
to-
jobs?
They don't work. We prefer them
Living
to
a
all be
crazy-
like I said, retired and or children. So whoever has the most time. No, seriously, we like to say about the committee that it should be a good representation of our LGBTQ community, but it is volunteer driven. We're of course always hoping for more people, and we like to say that people, we on the committee watch bad films so that you don't have to.
I love that.
And they cherry pick out of the several hundred films that we get between films, shorts, docs, and all of that, down to this, whittle it down to, I feel like it's 80 something films this festival. And they're truly, truly good. I get kind of a short list. I'm a little bit lucky that way. I don't have to slog through the big dump of films that we get. But I am very proactive in putting together the women's shorts. And oh my God, we have a really good program this year.
I love the shorts, and we'll get to that in a second. I just want to say also thank you for your focus, because women get lost sometimes when it comes to these film festivals. Most of the time they're targeted towards men, towards the boys, and we completely understand, and me and Jen love those movies too, but we like to see ourselves represented in these films, and the shorts for me that has ADD, and before I got my good medication, I couldn't stay watching a movie that was 2 hours, so the shorts were everything to me, you know, so those are always still in my heart and one of my favorite things to watch for the film festival. So let's talk about some of these films that we're gonna have this season, okay, at in Miami. I'm so happy that we're going to Miami. It's closer to me. Okay, let's talk about your gay card, okay? Indigo Girls. Are you a fan?
Oh God, am I a fan?
Do you know a song?
Of course I do. Ghost. I would say Ghost is my favorite Indigo Girls song. Are you a fan of Indigo Girls?
I am not.
Interesting. Indigo Girls came out at a time that I was not really, I was figuring out that I was gay, and I just never really resonated with them. In fact, I got invited to the Indigo Girls concert, which is actually
coming up
a week
soon
or something.
Yeah,
or a couple of weeks, and I was like, that's okay.
My God.
And then we got this film And it's actually an excellent documentary on them. And if you're an Indigo Girls fan, you are going to go nuts for this documentary.
But I
Male,
think,
female, it's a really good doc.
I think that even if you're not an Indigo fan, you're
You
still
will
going to want
also
it.
enjoy
because,
it. It's a very good doc.
you know,
But
again,
if you are a fan, you're
then
going to
you're
go
gonna
nuts
go
for
gaga.
it. Because
You're
there's
gonna go.
so much in there with stories and background and footage and stuff. It's like, it'll be delicious for someone who's a huge fan.
yeah.
Why aren't you a fan though?
Well, because I remember when Indigo Girls, and I may be wrong, you know, don't get the timeline because I drank for a lot of years. But when Indigo Girls was like hot, it was like during that Lilith Fair kind of time. And I wasn't I liked shaving my armpits, so I didn't really fit in, I felt, right? So it wasn't like my cup of tea during that time.
I've always found you very crunchy granola lesbian.
Really? Like
So
I would
I'm
wear
surprised to hear
Birkenstocks. Like I don't even own Birkenstocks. I don't own beige cargo shorts that go with being the crusty lesbian.
You know, that's actually in now for the kids. My girlfriend has a daughter. She's 16, and
beautiful.
the things she wears, and she's gorgeous. She's very smart. She's amazing. She's everything that she would have been if I had birthed her myself.
Oh, I love that.
She's amazing.
But
she wears Birkenstocks, which I would never do, and tube socks. Like she'll wear white socks and Birkenstocks.
And that's a look? Is that a California thing?
I don't know what it is, but you know, it's like the new generation. They just want to be the opposite of what we are, which is of course perfect. And
Yes,
cool
of course.
and
Yes,
amazing
and clean,
great style.
And we take showers. Okay,
She takes showers.
Oh, that's
She's
a good
very,
thing,
very
though.
clean. I will give her that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Because the kids here, I don't know if you've noticed, which you probably have. So we're in South Florida, and it's about 100 degrees a lot of the time. And the kids love to wear sweatshirts everywhere they go.
They do. They all dress like Billie Eilish.
Yes. They all have a sweatshirt that's their dad's that, you know, looks like it belongs to somebody else, but it's theirs. And they're just dressed all crunchy and smelly.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, you know, we've got to let them be them, but crunchy, smelly.
Very, very crunchy, smelly. But honestly, I kind of tend to ignore children except for her. She's very special.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. There's always one that gets into your heart because I don't like kids either. Like what I like about kids is that I can give them back to you, right? I am like the best auntie. I will buy you anything and everything, right? I will feed you all kinds of sugar and give you back to your parents where they want to kill me, but
Yeah.
I get to give you back.
Yeah.
You know, I love my dogs. Like my dogs are my kids.
I had cats for a period and I really loved them.
That's really lesbian of you, Jen.
I had to do something lesbian or they
No.
were going to throw me out of the club.
No, I get it. You're
Yeah.
right. That and we don't.
I was on the brink of them throwing me out.
and God forbid that because then you lose your hot girl. If
Yeah,
they throw
no,
you
and
out
I
of
had
the
to
club. And
maintain
nobody
it
wants
for
to lose
that.
that hot
No.
girl. You know,
No,
like,
she's the
at
one,
all.
Faye.
Is she?
She's the one.
Like the one? The one?
The one.
Like, do you want to like keep the one like forever?
She's the one. Forever.
I love that.
Yeah.
You know that I'm ordained. I can marry you guys whenever you're ready.
Okay. Well,
Just saying,
I
think
would
about
say
it.
let's do it right now, but she's not here.
No, there's that.
So-
We kind of need her. So, God, we're gonna go so off topic. Just deal with us, all right? So it's it's Only Life After All, the Indigo Girls documentary,
Yes.
April 21st at 7 p.m. Even if you're not an Indigo Girls fan, I think that you will enjoy this. The fact that these women have supported and represented the L for decades now in itself is incredible, and I love documentaries. Like honestly, I'll watch a documentary about anything. Like I really will.
Yeah.
Documentary about hair. Like I think I've seen a documentary about hair.
Actually, that would be great.
Right?
Yeah. I'd like to learn more about hair.
We all need to learn about hair. Yeah. Next, Esther Newton Made Me Gay. And that's going to be April 22nd at 2:45. Tell me a little bit about this movie.
I don't even know about this movie. I think this is a boys' movie. Is this a girls' movie?
Yeah, Esther Newton.
Well-
I think Esther Newton it was like a gay like icon like in her time, and she made other people gay. I mean,
Okay,
she obviously
well,
didn't make other people
obviously
gay,
she
but you know
didn't
what I
make
mean?
us gay.
No, she
Or
didn't.
we
But look,
would've-
there's
or I
Esther.
would know.
Hey,
Oh.
hottie.
Well, there's Esther. Now I know Esther.
Yeah, and now I feel gay.
Yeah.
Don't you?
I think I do feel gayer. So everyone should see that. And that looks like a doc, so obviously you would enjoy that.
Oh, awesome. All
Yes.
about it. Esther Newton. Okay. Another documentary, Commitment to Life, the HIV and AIDS documentary in Los Angeles. Did you hear about that?
No, we have like 80 films. And would you believe that I am more focused on the women's films and I should know all of these by now?
It don't matter.
because
Okay.
The festival is around the corner. I will do a little bit of a cram session on
Oh my
these
God.
ones, but I did study up on the women's ones prior to coming.
Okay. Well, let's talk about the Lesbian Shorts. So the Lesbian Shorts is a ladies' night, and that's going to be April 23rd at 2 p.m. And it features Sally leapt out of a window last night, Women Meets Girl, The End, Little Mouse, Wake Up, and Requiem.
Yes. Okay. So I have to tell you that Requiem is like a movie. It is so good. It is so good. That's why we ended on Requiem. It stars one of the girls from Game of Thrones. And it's just like you sit there, you watch it. At the end of it, you're just going, this has to be the start of a series. It's so good. It's so good. We start with Sally Looked Out of a Window, which is also an excellent film, which is historic. It's a great film. We represent a whole bunch of different cultures through this as well. So there's one in particular that's a Spanish film, and it's called Wake Up. And I believe it's, the Spanish, is it Despierta?
Despierta. Yes, very good.
I'm learning Spanish.
But you're woman Spanish.
Well, she will never practice with me.
Because she likes to talk shit behind your back.
Yeah, you know what? I have learned some Spanish, and guess what? She speeds it up. I'm one of those people who's still translating live as I'm talking.
So you need it enunciated. Like you need the person to slow the F down.
If you slow down, I can follow. But if you speed it up, forget it. And then, God forbid, you don't enunciate. Yeah.
So I'm going to be a little personal. Does she talk Spanish in bed?
Never. Nunca.
Nunca. How dare she?
Nunca. You know what? If she did, I'd think she was with someone, thinking she's with someone else.
Okay,
like, hey, Maria. I'm not Maria.
Margarita, que rico. Wait a minute. Patricia. Where were you last night? All right? Yeah. You smell like Café Bustelo. What's going on here? That's coffee, by the way.
Oh, okay.
It's really Spanish coffee.
She loves coffee, so she might smell like it for other reasons. but anyway, Despierta is an amazing short. And I'll just tell you this, because I want to tell you the whole thing. It's about two women who are older, but not too old, but, maybe in their late 50s, who, like mature women. And they've been together for 30 years. But they're actually with other people. And so they've had this affair all this time. And one of them is basically saying, can you please leave your husband?
Wow.
And it's so good. Like, it's just it's an incredible.
I love that.
All of these ones, they take you from highs to lows to highs. It's funny and then serious.
And in a short period of time. Like, what's the longest?
I think the longest one is something like 20 minutes.
Okay. See, I can hold Pete for 20 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, when you're at a movie and it's like about to get to the good part, that's when you have to pee.
I don't want anybody to leave. That's the problem. It's like once you've finished with one, there's another one. Then there's another one. So if you leave, you're going to miss one of them. And they're all really good.
No, and they sound really good.
Yeah, unless you see me first and tell me what you specifically like and dislike, I can tell you which one you can skip. Because there's always one for everybody that they're going to be not interested in. And there's independent, it's all different.
Yeah.
That's a great program. And you know what else we're doing? We're going to have a happy hour right afterwards.
Nice, because this is earlier in the day, right? This is about like 2:30.
2 o'clock.
So you have plenty of time.
So 2 o'clock, the program will be done by, between announcements, previews, and all of that. It should be done by 4. And then we have a happy hour right there in the theater, and we're going to do little drink specials and just a mix and mingle thing. And then we have another film that starts at like 5:30, which is also a great film. I think it's Wolf and Dog. And
what's the theater, Jen? What's the theater down in Miami?
Have you been?
Yes, but I haven't been there in a while.
Well, the Miami International Film Festival did everything at Silver Spot, and we did everything at Silver Spot as well. And we were going to be at Regal. Regal shut down.
Yeah.
Oh,
I love the Regal.
Terrible. I love the Regal. Where do you live?
I live in North Miami.
Okay, so I used to live in South Beach, and my office is in South Beach. And I would literally just mosey across the street to the Regal for the film festival. So I was at every single thing. And I miss the Regal, but Silver Spot is so modern.
Yes.
And they've got so much going on with like food and beverage, and
there's more to offer there.
Cool. Yeah, and we have a really good parking arrangement with them so that we're able to offer really premium, like low price parking.
Good, because downtown can get a little kooky sometimes.
It can. So you have to really follow the directions and make sure you get your validation, and then you'll be okay. But anyway, it's a gorgeous theater, so we're very excited to have that as our home.
I love that. The website is outshinefilm.com, right? Is that what it is? Okay, outshinefilm.com. That way you can sign up for the mailing list, sign up for the newsletter, so you'll get all the information, and you won't be like just driving, I'm going to the theater, I don't know where I'm going. Do that, so you get all the information. The next movie I wanted to talk about was one that I talked to you about before we started filming that I'm super excited about. I just want to know what you know about it. Kokomo City, all right? So it's following 4 Black trans women who are also sex workers. And this movie is going to be aired April 25th at 7:15, and it's the movie for Cocktails and Cinema.
Yes.
Also. So I love that we have a movie educating people, showing people something that they wouldn't normally see. Our our trans women of color especially are dying at an alarming rate. They are being killed and assaulted every day, and the numbers keep on rising. And from this bed, I'm constantly screaming about that. And I'm wondering if people are freaking delusional to the fact that this is happening, you know?
Yeah.
And then there's a movie like this that really takes you center stage, you know, where you can really feel the plight of a Black trans woman that's also a sex worker.
Yeah, well, first of all, this film was wildly popular in Berlin at the Berlinale Film Festival. So every film festival that's had it has really impressed all of the audience. So it's a big deal that we're even showing it. We're very excited to show it. I mentioned earlier that we're partnering with G from
Thou Art Women. Yes,
so
we love you
she's
guys,
going
Thou
to
Art
be
Women.
she's going to be bringing people there. We're really, really excited. But it's an amazing, amazing film. I don't want to tell you too much about it, but just tell you it's going to be worth your while. And it's a terrific doc. And then it's a cocktails and cinema thing, which basically means that right after the film, everybody goes and has cocktails, and they're all free. Free.
Here's a word for you in Spanish. Gratis. Free.
I can't believe it, though. It's such a deal. When you buy your ticket for the film, you're like, oh, yeah, and this includes drinks. And
and socializing and being with
and
other
everything.
people, other like-minded
and there's going to
people.
be cast from the film there. Different, filmmakers are going to be there. It's really an amazing experience. And that's part of why we love the film festival, because we do attract cast. It's how I met Patricia.
Mm-hmm.
So she was in Liz in September.
Yes.
And she came out, and that's
and
how I met her.
she was here for the Q&A, and that's where you picked her up at the airport.
Yeah.
And then you really picked her up at the airport.
Well, she did a book signing, and it was funny because she put like 4 books in the trunk, and she goes, people don't buy books. And I said, bring all the books. And she sold every book. People were bringing like She magazines when she was on the cover and all this stuff. We didn't start going out for a couple of years after that. But we got to know each other, and she was just such a delight.
Did you pursue her or her pursue you?
I think we pursued each other at different times. And
how long in did you know, like, okay, she's my girlfriend, she's my partner?
How long into when we started going out? Well, I would say, I think I fell in love with her, gosh, like, I would almost say on our first date.
Wow.
Because it was just, I remember sitting with her and across the table from her, and it was just magical. It was so magical.
You sure she didn't drug your drink or anything?
Oh, she 100% did, because she's Latina.
Well,
and
I mean, you can't expect anything else from Latin people.
We're kidding, obviously.
We're kidding, I mean, and then she stole your purse.
No, never. She would never do that. Is that what happens? Did that happen to you, Faye?
That's what I do to others.
Oh.
I mean, before I stopped drinking. Now I don't do that. Now I'm a good girl.
So anyway, we'll find it later. But the thing is that so we're sitting there having this wonderful date, and then she gets up and sits right next to me. And we were in this tiny, there was no space. And she sat right next to me, and she started showing me some photos on her phone. And then somehow she flipped it to camera and took a selfie of us.
How cute.
I've never had, it was just this moment. We have it captured of the date I fell in love with her.
The moment.
Yeah.
Almost.
And then when we left the date or the restaurant, we were walking towards the car, and she swept me up and gave me this kiss.
Yeah, with tongue and everything.
No, with no tongue. It was our first date. Jeez, what do you do on a first date?
I give it up.
I'm very vanilla. I'm a very vanilla lesbian.
Okay, I'm not. I'm just like,
Chocolate?
hey, let's do it. I'm more like a rocky road. Which is usually what they say about my relationships, that it's a rocky road.
Okay. I was going to say a root beer float, but
I can see that too.
But no rocky road. Yeah, no, I like that for you.
It works. It works. Next movie that we're going to talk about is actually the Lady Spotlight, and it's Love Proof. Okay, it's proof that some of your exes will never, ever, ever get out of your life. Like ever. April 29th at 7:15. What do you know about this?
That's a great way for you to describe it. Because it's kind of a little bit like, it's actually a current situation and an ex situation together, because it's about a woman who was married, and she's now become gay, and her ex-husband, and she have to sell the summer house. And so they go and they're clearing out the summer house together, and he's trying to manipulate the situation so that she kind of falls in love with him again, because she's not interested, and she's dating someone new as a woman, and she doesn't want him to know about it, but the woman finds out and she gets jealous, and it's this whole thing, and it actually is quite a thriller. It's a thriller, and it's excellent, which is why it's our spotlight, because we just loved it. It's super well made, it's intriguing, and I think it's actually good for all audiences. It's like if you were straight and you went to this, you would love it.
I love that.
It's well done, big names for where it's done, and it's a really great film. And then, of course, we're following that with our big party as well.
Woohoo!
Yeah. Do you know DJ Stephanie Zeno?
Zeno, yeah, Panda
Oh
Bear.
my God.
Yeah, Panda Bear. Hi, Steph. I love
She's
DJ
good.
Zeno is amazing.
She is doing our events this year, and she's been such a pleasure to work with.
She is
the
incredible.
Whole staff has been amazing. Honestly, Alexis is continuing to be just wonderful. We have this guy Brian, who's incredible. And
I
of
love the
course,
people
Joe,
that
our
you've picked
programmer.
up. The people you picked up along the way have just been so incredible.
Yeah,
the additions are like, wow.
They're all good.
You know, you still
Yeah.
have, Allison Burgos is still one of the people there. Who else?
She's a
never
legend,
gonna go.
isn't she?
Oh my God.
She really is.
Allison is just, I did a Girls in Wonderland show with her last week, and it's like, I'm like, girl, she goes, I've seen you grow up. Like, I've
you
met
been
her.
in bed? Were you in bed with Allison
No,
Burgos?
I wish I would have been in bed with
You should
Allison
have been in
Burgos.
bed with her.
We were on the set because we had other people with it, but it was just like everything that came out of her mouth, I wanted to write down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's just like so oodles of knowledge.
She's very well spoken.
And
yeah, very smart, and she can calculate everything very quickly in her mind. She's very intelligent.
I think that she would be a great chess player because she's always like 2 steps ahead of the game,
Yeah.
And she's used to sitting at the table with a bunch of men like we are and getting them to listen.
Yeah.
I love Allison.
She's a boss.
She is a boss.
She's a boss.
A big boss. She's a boss. So she'll tell you what to do and you'll be like, yes, ma'am. Yes, I will.
And you know what else I love about her? I was with her in another meeting and somebody was giving her orders. And I remember looking at her because I was ready to be like, no, you do it. And Allison was like, consider it done. And I looked at her and I thought, wow, the humility, the just the attitude of, you know what, whatever, I'm not going to fight with you. I'm just going to get this done because we're on a mission to get this done.
Exactly.
I can't say enough good things about Allison.
I have learned from Allison, from years ago to just get out of my own way.
Yeah.
And get out of the way of others.
Yeah.
We've got a common goal. We're going to get this done. And she solidifies being able to do that. So we love you, Allison. So I think we gave more praise to Allison than we did to Mark. Is that going to be an issue?
So. Are you kidding me? Mark's head is so big that sometimes I think it's going to actually pop when he tries to get in and out of like cars and stuff.
I notice he wears less hats these days, and that's maybe why.
Less hats?
Because his
No,
head has grown
He
bigger.
is 100% hat wearing at all times at this point.
Oh, so now he's got a permanent hat maker,
I
maybe
think
for his
it's
big head.
attached to his head. I think he sews it in so he doesn't have to, so it doesn't fly away if it's a windy day.
Oh, that makes sense. And during sex too, because sometimes the hat falls off, and then it's like hard to like continue the moaning when you've lost your hat.
I always thought that he would like throw his hat off, like
I
at the
love that.
climax moment.
Yes.
But I don't think he can anymore now because he's sewn it on.
We love you,
So
Mark. We really do.
Yeah.
April 20th through the 30th is the Outshine Film Festival. We're going to be in Miami doing it big. We're actually going to be recording an episode of Queer News Tonight out there live on location. So we're excited about that. Any other movies that you want to tell our audience about that we haven't talked about?
Our centerpiece film.
Tell me.
Okay, I think I'm going to mispronounce this one, so you're going to have to correct me. It's Lemoncita.
Lemoncita. Okay.
And so L''Amencita.
Okay.
And it's with Penelope Cruz.
Ooh, I love her.
And it's about a woman who is a mother of a girl who wants to be a boy. And it takes place in the 70s. And it's that era, and her love for her trans daughter. I think it's really good, and I don't think women even know about this film, and this is something that we need to make sure they understand. This is really a film for all
today,
the tomboys
for right now.
out there, and for today, and for all of that. I think it's yes, it's Penelope Cruz. It's going to be an incredible film, but
She's an
it's our
incredible
centerpiece.
actress.
It's the middle Thursday. It's a great film.
Okay, definitely have to look out for that. And that looks like something that would be right up my alley. I'm
you'd
all
love
about
that.
I do. And again, that's, the wonderful thing about your film festival, Jen, is that you're educating people wherever you go. Maybe someone hasn't met a trans child. Maybe they haven't met a trans, a woman living the trans experience who is BIPOC, who is a woman of color.
Right.
And they'll get to experience that through your films.
What was the first gay film you saw?
Oh, God. Bound.
Wow, that's like way into like the gay filmmaking Wow, that's kind of late. That is such a good film.
It really is.
That is so Jennifer Tilly and Gina Gershon.
I mean,
oh my
Gina, her
God.
lips. Like I just wanted
very
to date her
very
lips.
unusual date.
Like
yeah,
she had this
gorgeous.
thing. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know how to do it really, but
just-
I don't know how she talk like
You're
that
doing it
either.
really well.
Am I really doing it? Yeah. I don't know
Yeah.
how I'm doing it, but.
Wait a
And then
minute.
like she would.
Are you related to Gina Gershon?
I think I am. And then you would see Gina Gershon in this freaking belt in like the carpenter's belt. What do
Yeah.
you call it? Like, with all her tools and everything. And I was like, yeah, fix my IKEA desk, girl. Yes.
She's amazing, and that really.
What was your
that
first
was an
movie?
incredible one. I'm trying to remember now that you say that. I think I got shown a lesbian film by some. Like, I'm trying to remember if it was Desert Hearts or if it was The Incredibly True Adventures of Two Girls in Love.
Oh, that was a great movie
That was a
too.
cute movie.
Yes.
But-
But I'm a cheerleader. That was another one.
That
I
was good.
saw,
That
like-
came later. That was
Yeah.
very good. But it's interesting because we didn't really get to see ourselves represented in TV or in film for so long.
Yeah.
And the younger generation at least has access to all of this. But people sometimes don't even realize that they're gay until they see it, and then film makes you gay. I'm joking. But that's why the gay and lesbian film we do make you gay, Outshine.
We do.
But the truth is, you may feel some way and you just can't figure out what it is. And then you see the film and you're like, oh my God, that's been me all along.
Oh my God, I'm
And
so gay.
I love to tell the story about my friend who's straight, who came to the Gay and Lesbian Film Festival with me one time as a favor. And she loved the film. It was an amazing film. But she's just this beautiful blonde, girl who just pretty much grew up as normal can be. And she goes to the film festival and she said to me after the film, she goes, wow, I never felt like such an outsider. She said, I didn't understand the jokes. I didn't laugh at the same times you guys were laughing. You guys were crying and I wasn't crying. Like, I really didn't feel like I was part of this experience. And by the way, there are films that straight people will enjoy just as much, but this was like a very lesbian niche, but amazing film. And I thought, now you understand what we are like at every normal straight film. Like, we go there, we're not, like, we've learned to adapt, but it's really not our lives on camera.
No, we're able to tune out. Like, we just tune out that part.
And
We're
we
not
just
gonna
follow
we don't
the
get
story.
it.
We
just
don't
smile
care about it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
But we
awesome.
offer that experience for us. And in a group atmosphere where we can all laugh, cry.
And in a safe place also. Listen, maybe
Yes.
there's a parent out there that has a trans child and doesn't know how to deal with it, you know?
Yeah.
And they'll be able to go and see this movie and see Penelope Cruz deal with her
Yeah.
in the 70s.
Yeah.
And maybe get some kind of insight, maybe get some
Exactly.
ideas, maybe know where the next direction is. Who knows?
And we even have, I think, a youth film. I think it's called Big Boys. And I think it's on the first Sunday. And it's that one that you really want the kids to come see. It's the film that I wish, some of my younger guy friends who struggled with different, issues that growing up. And I wish that they had been able to see a film like that. So, we offer those types of films as well that are just great films, but they're also real teachable moments.
Yes, and
So-
I give kudos to everybody that's involved for everything that you're doing. The education is just priceless and it's so needed right now.
Yeah.
I love how you got everybody covered. You got Black, Brown, you've got Latinos, I'm going to be in bed with Dino Mosquera soon, and we're going to be talking about all
I
the
love
Spanish
him.
films.
Yeah.
I love Dino
He's Venezuelan.
too. And he is Venezuelan.
So is my girlfriend. So
Oh,
they get each
wow.
other.
I'm Colombian.
They like each other.
I'm the
you're
neighbor. I'm the
Colombian.
neighbor.
Yeah, exactly. I've been to
Yeah.
Colombia.
I've gone to
amazing.
Venezuela to get some stuff done.
Well, if you're
She
going to do
laughs.
it,
I'm
that's
just saying,
the
if you're
place
going
to
to do
get
it, if you want to get it done right.
where all the good doctors
If you don't
go.
have LA money, you go to Venezuela or Colombia. That's what you do. All right. Jennifer Kriz from the Outshine Film Festival, Miami. It's going to be from April 20th through the 30th. Make sure that you go to outshinefilm.com. Get all the information there. Don't miss out on any of the women's movies. They're going to be fantastic. And especially the events where you get to meet other people. Like Jen, you might end up meeting your future husband, wife, side piece, whatever it is. You just never know.
Absolutely.
Right? Jennifer, thank you for being in bed
Thank
with me,
you
Mama.
for coming and inviting me.
Patricia, see, that was quick. I promise. It was not a
Yeah.
big deal. All right? Jennifer, thank you so much for being with us. Make sure you follow her on social media. Make sure you follow Outshine Film Festival also on social media to find out everything that's going on and so you don't miss out on a single movie. We'll be right back.